Alright, so my name is Henry Sanchez. I'm 22 years old and I love movies. Point blank. Pretty soon I'm going to be starting a movie channel where I'm going to review all types of movies, different genres, old and new, whether in theaters or on Blu Ray. Maybe they're on VHS back in the day, movies that maybe you've seen a long time ago when you don't really remember much about them, and it's like, oh, it's a lame movie, but when it really comes down to it, they're great films. So, yeah, I want to bring some of those movies back to life and let people know that they really are good movies and they're not just old, boring stuff that's outdated. So, what I'm going to do now is start off by practicing making videos. So, I'm going to show off my Blu Ray collection. And I have my Blu Ray separated into two categories. One, from the IMDb, it has a top 250 list. It has its ratings from 1 to 250. So I have a bunch of those. And then I have movies that I own that are not on that list. So mine are separated to on the 250 or not on the 250. So with this video, I'm going to show my movies that are not on the 250. And they are separated by alphabetical order. So let's get started. Two Guns, Mark Wahlberg, Denzel Washington, action-packed, pretty funny, pretty good movie. I'd say it's not a great movie. There are some things wrong with it, some things that could have been done better, but overall, it's a pretty enjoyable time. I like watching it. 8 Mile. I'm not sure if I'm biased because I love Eminem as a artist, but I really enjoy this movie. I feel like a lot of the performances were done well. I feel it has some funny moments to it, and it's an enjoyable movie to watch. 21 Jump Street. What can I say? Most of you have probably heard of it. It's really funny. Channing Tatum, Jonah Hill, done very well. And can't have 21 without 22. Sequel. Sometimes sequels don't work out, but I think this one did pretty well. I wouldn't say it's as good as the first one, but it's definitely still enjoyable, pretty funny, and a good time. Ice Cube, I think, might be funnier in this one. 42. As a sports lover, this movie is really good for me personally because Jackie Robinson, he's a great image for baseball, not only for the African American community, but just for baseball players in general. He was a great player, and he did what he had to do in that time to get into the majors as a black athlete, and it shows the struggle. It really does, and enjoyable movie. I like it. American Sniper. One of my biggest surprises is Bradley Cooper. He was phenomenal in this movie. He really brought that character to life, and I think he did justice to the man who died, and I think it was really well filmed. Clint Eastwood, pretty good director. Bad Words. I think it's pretty funny. Bad Words, it's kind of a play on the fact that he's got a dirty mouth, but also it's based on a spelling bee. So I think that's pretty clever. Man, he accidentally befriends a little Indian boy, and yeah, he's not really a good influence. Birdman. It's not a movie for everybody. I'm not gonna lie. Great film, definitely a great film, but some people aren't gonna get it because it's kind of, I wouldn't say it's slow. It's just kind of out of left field, and this is a movie that is art. This is an art. This movie brings out the art in film, and it's well shot, well directed, well acted. And if you come into this movie from an art perspective and a movie appreciation view, then you'll really like this movie. If you come out expecting a lot of hardcore drama and a lot of action, you're not gonna really get that. It's not a superhero movie or anything like that. Yeah, there's that guy, but you just gotta watch it, and hopefully you like it. It didn't win Best Picture for no reason. Blood Diamond. Man, Leonardo DiCaprio is great. Plays a white South African who is a smuggler, and yeah, he befriends this gentleman here because he comes across a big old blood diamond that's going to be worth a lot of money, so he does what he has to do to help him get to that diamond alive. So it's a pretty good journey, some good action, well acted, pretty good film. The first of a trilogy, The Bourne Identity. Matt Damon's really good in this. Surprisingly, if before you saw this, if you knew Matt Damon, you really wouldn't think him as a badass, but he plays that pretty well. The Supremacy, also very good. Overall, this trilogy is just well done. It's not many times there's a trilogy. It's not amazing, but it's very good, and it's definitely a good time to watch. The Ultimatum, I do have it, but it's in the other section. Dallas Buyers Club. Matthew McConaughey is great. He started off his career kind of like a pretty boy, goofy, all that stuff, but he really buckled down in True Detective, this, Interstellar. He's been doing really good. I love this movie. Jared Leto, hey, that's the new Joker. So yeah, he's a really good actor. So if you are kind of complaining about Jared Leto as the new Joker, check this movie out and just see that he can become what he needs to become, and maybe you'll give him a little more faith. End of Watch, phenomenal movie. Jake Gyllenhaal, Michael Pena, white boy, Mexican. He's in an art class and he's recording most of their travels as police officers, and so it's a first-person kind of perspective, and it's beautifully shot, well acted, great film. Definitely watch it till the end. Gangs of New York, Leonardo DiCaprio. Never expect anything less. A lot of people, if they don't really follow much film, they're not going to know this guy, but Daniel Day-Lewis is amazing. He doesn't appear in many movies, but when he does, he hits it out of the park, and his portrayal as Bill the Butcher in this film is phenomenal. Let's just say he's not the only actor to have won 3 Oscars for leading actor for no reason. Kicks ass. Alright. Harry Potters. All of them. Yep. I read the books. I loved them. Got all the films. Deathly Hallows Part 2 is in the 250, but since it's a combo pack, I got it here. You're going to see that a couple times in this video. Her. I really don't know how to describe this movie. It's a love movie. It's sad. It's happy. It's funny. It's definitely a journey. You want to kind of see what's going to happen. A guy falls in love with his computer, and yeah, it's kind of weird, but you kind of understand it. You're like, alright, I feel for this guy, you know, it makes sense. It's weird as shit, but, you know, what if that happened to me? Like, it might actually, it's pretty realistic. You feel it. Horrible Bosses. Funny as shit. If you want to laugh, it's pretty good. Second one, not as good. Still decent, but not as good. I don't have it. I don't know if I'm gonna get it, but I definitely have the first one. Funny. So, like I said about the combo packs, Kill Bill 1 in the 250, but I left it with the combo pack. Kill Bill 2, not as good as the first one, but still very good. If you like blood and gore and blood spurting out when heads are chopped off, this is your movie. Movies, I should say. Lone Survivor. This is an ensemble movie. Mark Wahlberg's the main guy, but Taylor Kitsch, Ben Foster, and Emile Hirsch, they are phenomenal as well. A lot of people criticize this movie saying, oh, it's just a movie where they're just moving backwards and they just fell off a cliff and it's just a chase for 2 hours. There's a little more to that. It builds up kind of developing their characters a little bit, getting to know them, and it's like, all right, these are regular guys, to be honest. You know, they're soldiers and they're warriors and they're badasses, but they are regular people. So it kind of gives you a little insight on what, you know, everyone in real life, what it's like overseas, and, you know, how those people are. Once again, combo pack, Matrix, top 250. But I also got 2 and 3. I'm not gonna lie, I've never seen them, and never heard really much good things about them, so I don't know how soon I will watch them. One day I will watch them, but let's just say I'm not waiting for those days. But Matrix 1, solid film, amazing. Very underrated movie, Nightcrawler. I love it. Jake Gyllenhaal is amazing. He's fucking weird, antisocial, quirky, yeah, but he's a hard worker and he gets the job done, and sometimes it shows that you kind of just gotta be your own boss and just make some money somehow and do what you're good at. Paul. Seth Rogen as an alien, weird as shit but funny. Nick Frost and Simon Pegg, 2 funny Brits. Overall, funny movie, enjoyable time. My first guilty pleasure, Pitch Perfect. I don't know if it's I like the singing, I like the actresses, you know, some of them are pretty fucking hot. But overall, I love this movie. I've seen it tons of times, and I enjoy it. This was a real surprise for me. Tom Hanks as a hitman? I don't know about all that. Still, even after seeing it, it still hasn't grown on me. And look at that stash. But overall, the concept, really good movie, well acted. It's just kind of hard to see Tom Hanks as a hitman and as a badass. But overall, really good movie. Role models. If you want to laugh, watch this. Fuck, hilarious. Shooter. Mark Wahlberg. I love Mark Wahlberg. Before I really started getting into film and really understanding and appreciating films, Mark Wahlberg was my guy. He's an action guy, just a stud. He's just a badass. He can be pretty funny, even though he's, before most of his movies, he wasn't really meant to be a comedy guy, but he has some comic relief, and most of his movies are badass. They're good visuals, and Shooter doesn't fail there. Speaking of Mark Wahlberg, Ted. Who doesn't love a grown-ass man and his teddy bear smoking weed, making jokes? Funny as shit. Plus Mila Kunis. Alright, another underrated movie and underrated performance. The Drop. Tom Hardy is amazing in this movie. And I don't want to really give anything away, but you just got to see the change that happens in this movie. And James Gandolfini, he's great as well. His last performance before his death. The guy from The Sopranos, in case you don't know him by name. Overall, really good movie, and if you love dogs, Tom Hardy finds a pit bull in the garbage can, and yeah, he becomes his daddy. Great movie. This is the end. I'll come wherever I want. Watch it, it's funny as shit. Training Day. Denzel Washington, badass. Ethan Hawke, phenomenal in this movie. Overall, great film. Probably going to watch a couple times in your life, maybe even a couple times a year. Always a good time. So, coming down to the last two. We're the Millers. If you want to laugh, check it out. Funny as shit, very enjoyable time. Drug dealer, happy family. Drug dealer, homeless girl, stripper, nerd. I don't know. Check it out. Last but not least, another combo pack. Like I said, I started off with a love of Mark Wahlberg, so what do you know? Mark Wahlberg combo pack. We've already talked about Shooter. On the bottom, we got four brothers. Long story short, old white lady adopts two black boys and two white boys who are kind of thuggish and outcasts. No pun intended. But yeah, so she dies. She was murdered, actually, and that really doesn't give it away. It happens early, but that brings them together, and then they kind of bring it onto their own to kind of figure out who murdered their mother. So yeah, it's a good journey, and Mark Wahlberg's really goodness. He plays a badass real good. Tyrese, yeah, it's goofy. This guy, I never remember his name. He's in something else, but he's really good. And then Andre 3000, the Outcast, joke. He's pretty good in this as well, surprisingly, because I don't know if he's really been in many movies, or at least not any at all. All right, The Fighter, phenomenal movie. Christian Bale, listen to me, everybody. Christian Bale is more than Batman. We lost Batman now. I mean, we lost Christian Bale's Batman to Ben Affleck now, but let's just be known. He's more than Batman. He's a phenomenal actor. This movie is great. Mark Wahlberg, this is, in my opinion, his best performance as an actor, his best movie choice. Arguably this or Lone Survivor, but overall as a film, I would pick this one over Lone Survivor. And it's just phenomenally acted, good story. It's based on a true story. And it's just really well done. Christian Bale is great. Alright guys, so that's it. I'm going to make another video on the movies based on IMDb's top 250 from the ones that I have. Yeah, hope you liked it, and got any questions as far as movies, why I have that movie, you know, what I really think about it, if I want to talk about it in depth or anything, just comment below, and let me know if you're looking forward to seeing my other one. Thanks guys.